So one of the biggest things you want to look for is the hidden sugars in most food, especially processed food. So we're going to come over here and take a look at some sauces, for example. Pasta sauces like this and canned type of foods, a lot of times will have many hidden sugars, and will also have a lot of products that aren't necessarily healthy. Another thing you want to be aware of is deception in labeling. Just because it maybe says all natural or healthy doesn't necessarily mean that it is. So the biggest thing you want to pay attention to is not what's on the front, for example, but really what's on the back. For this will say all natural. It's got a nice all natural around the top. It's right up here in the front view. But if you look at the back of what's actually in it, you can see that one of the main ingredients is actually cane sugar here. And natural flavors, which we don't really ever know what that actually is. And you want to really pay attention to not necessarily what's down here, but the serving size. So this one, for example, there's 5 servings per container. That's 7 grams of sugar right there. So if you were to use this whole can, that's over 35 grams of sugar just in this one thing of sauce. So that's actually quite a bit you would normally think of. Now if we look at something different, something like way down here at the bottom, something that's organic, maybe more of a marinara sauce, and we take a look at the ingredients here, what we're seeing is a lot more natural ingredients. Tomatoes, onions, olive oil, basil, garlic, pepper, right? There's nothing in there that you don't know. And if you look at the amount that's actually in it, it's more like 2 grams of sugar. So this one has less than half. Even though the serving size says 6, that's still only 12 in this entire thing. So it really makes it like a third. So really paying attention to the ingredients and then the serving sizes is going to tell you a lot more than just what it says there on the front. Now since we're on the side, I also want to look at pastas. You see over here we have quite a bit of different areas of pastas. One of the things about pasta is it's going to have real high sugar content. So if you're looking for a healthier option, you want to pay attention to some in this range here, where the ingredients are using things more like quinoa or flax, rather than just your typical whole wheat. So this one's made with brown rice, made with quinoa, made with flaxseed, but it still has some additives, some xanthan gum, some guar gum. So this is a good option, but maybe not your absolute best option. We look at a few different other brands in here, like this one here. So this one's also using a lentil, a quinoa. So let's take a look at what's going on in the ingredients here. Red lentil flour, organic quinoa flour. So you can see this is a much better option. The less ingredients you have, the better. The more stuff that's on there, the more unknowns there are. So when you're looking at any types of products, less is more. Anything you can't pronounce, anything you don't understand, probably means it's not the best for you. The next thing I want to focus on is what to cook with and the best types of oils to use. So if you look over here, this is really it. You see a number of different things. Down at the bottom you see things like canola oil, peanut oil, almond oil. Now these are really advertised as fat-free type options. But really they're some of the worst that you can have. Canola oil is one of the main ones you want to ignore and stay away from because it's very high in trans fats. These are hydrogenated fats. These are very toxic fats to your body. So you definitely never want to cook with these down in here. So really the best option to cook with is going to be coconut oil. Now there's a few different kinds of coconut oil. Number one, you want to make sure that it's organic, and there's plenty of that you can see here. But there's also refined, virgin, unrefined. How do you know which to use? When it comes to cooking, the one that has the highest heat point is actually going to be the refined coconut oil. So that's really what you want to cook with. When it comes to using it as an ingredient, maybe in a shake or in some type of a recipe, you want to use virgin or cold press. Those are really going to be some of the best. So as you see here, you have a number of options of what you can choose. Really what you choose is best. A lot of times I'll use this one here, but there's a lot of other good options too. In addition to coconut oil, another thing that you can really cook with is avocado oil. Avocado oil has a very high cooking point. It's a very good monounsaturated fat for your body. Great thing to cook with and add into everything else. Now when it comes to maybe making dressings or toppings, things like that, you really can move into things like olive oil, like hemp seed oil, like grapeseed oil, and those have a lot of positive benefits. Really you want to get oils that come from food more than anything else. And when it comes to olive oil specifically, you want to make sure that it is extra virgin, that it is cold pressed, and that it is organic. That's really going to be the best choice for you here. Something like this, for example, is organic olive oil, cold pressed, unrefined, unfiltered. This is going to be the most natural version of that, and that's always what you want to get. Great for dressings, great for toppings and additives. Now over here we want to actually take a look at dressings. As many times people will say, well, salad is a good healthy option, but what type of dressing can I use? Sometimes the dressing can have more bad stuff in it than a whole meal. So let's look at some of the different options. Starting right here at the top. So this one here, again, looking at the label, says organic and it's seemingly healthy, and it's a ranch flavor, which is very common, a lot of people like. But let's pay attention to what's actually in the ingredients. Right off the bat, soybean oil is right there at the top. That is not good for you. That is a GMO product that is not necessarily healthy. Evaporated cane sugar, buttermilk powder. So all these things that you don't even really know what that is. And when you look down in here, and you actually look at what's in it, right, not a lot of sugar, but it does have a lot of fat. And this is not good healthy fat, this is bad fats. So this is really not a good option because of what we're seeing here on the label. So you want to take a look at a healthier option, and really one of the better ones that they have here specifically, if I can find it, is the Bragg's. Bragg's again makes a really good one. So this is all organic, made with apple cider vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. So when you come back and you take a look at the ingredients, you're getting apple cider vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, purified water. Now instead of with sugar, it's used some organic honey, garlic, some liquid aminos, and this is a lot better type of product in here. And the fats you're going to get, these are actually going to be good, healthy fats. So big difference in the different types of olive oil and dressings. You really want to make sure that it's coming from food, that it's not coming from some type of process like soy or canola oil or hydrogenated vegetable oil. Really that it's coming from food. Or you can just make the dressings on your own. We're going to have some great recipes for that at the recipe night coming up. That's pretty simple. So we're going to come over to the dairy section and take a look at different types of dairy products you want to get, which is right over here. Now dairies are very important because you want to make sure you're getting the highest quality. So one of the biggest things people ask is, do I use butter? And butter can actually be really good for you. It's a great source of saturated fat, but you want to get the right kind. So the most important thing you want to get first of all is that it's organic. And the more raw, natural you can get, the better. So the absolute gold standard of butter would be something like this. This is one of the absolute best. This is organic and raw, made from pasteurized cows, right, with no additives. So this is really the absolute best that you can get. Right, the next step down from this, especially if anybody has any lactose problems, will be something like this, what's called ghee or clarified butter. So what this is, they actually take some of this stuff out. They take the lactose out, they take the casein out. So for those who have an intolerance to that, can still use this. So this is a great, great product for still using butter if anybody has any intolerances to types of dairy. And then the next step down from that, really just be focusing on a nice organic butter. Maybe something like this, like Organic Valley, where we're getting a culture pasteurized butter. So it's still coming from grass-fed cows. It's still organic, so you're getting the best ingredients. So that's kind of a best, better, good option when it comes to dairy. What you don't want to get is something like this, like canola margarine. Now let's go on here, it'll say no preservatives, it'll say no lactose free, right? But really, if you look at it, this is margarine. What's in this? Canola oil, hydrogenated oil, soybean oil, fraction palm and palm kernel oil. Is any of that actually food? And this is basically just all chemicals mixed together, so you see the huge difference of what you're getting. When it comes to eggs, a lot of people ask me about eggs as well. This is a really simple one. There's all different kinds. So really it comes from the very, very highest level, which would be something like this, where you're getting something that is organic, humanely raised, and something that would be called free range, right? So that means that it wasn't in a cage at any time, and it's just completely natural, organic. It'll say specifically on here, like it says here, free range is what you want to look for. Okay, now you're also going to see different ones. You're going to see cage-free, like these, for example, will say cage-free. So they'll say also cage-free. It'll say organic, all natural, and talks about everything else. This would really be a step down from free range. And last, if you can find them, the lowest quality is going to be these normal ones here. Right, this is just your average egg raised in who knows what environment, and so really the amount of toxicity that goes into this is really big. So you're going to see there's a difference in cost. These are $209. These ones here are $499, and then these ones here, the best ones, those are $579. But really, if you think about it, you're gaining the most because you're getting the highest quality of food. So the couple of dollars you invest in here will save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over time in sickness care and in loss of health. So over here, this is our yogurt and dairy section. So a lot of people have questions when it comes to yogurt. Now yogurt can have some benefits because of the probiotics and the protein and things like that, but there's a lot of ones that you really want to watch out for. So starting right up here, you've probably seen commercials for things like Chobani before, maybe even advertised by high-level athletes. But let's take a look at what's actually in it. Now it comes on here and it says that it's non-fat and that it's fat-free and all those other kind of things. It'll even say all natural, non-GMO, so the labeling makes it look like it's a good product. When we come back and look what's actually in it, we're getting non-fat milk, which means that it has none of the good stuff in it, evaporated cane juice, which is a lot of sugar, and you look at the amount of sugar that's in this. So in just this little tiny thing right here, which is only just a few ounces, 5 ounces, you're getting 14 grams of sugar. That's really high. That's a lot of sugar. So this is definitely not your best quality product. It's not organic, which means it came from any type of source. So this is one you really want to stay away from you and for your family. What you really want to look for is something like this down in here. So there's a couple of really good brands. This one, for example, Wallaby, really makes a good quality yogurt. So this here is going to be all organic. So when you come in, you look at the ingredients in this, it's going to have far less sugars, right? It's only got 6 grams of sugar in this giant thing, when that little tiny one right there had about 12. And the protein content is also much, much higher. So this is going to be a far better one. And if you look at the ingredients, it's just the fat and cream. So way better option for you here. Now really one of the best to get into would be a whole fat yogurt. Rather than non-fat or low-fat, you really want that good fat in there because that's really where the most benefits come from. And Greek yogurt is going to be one of the highest. So something like this, the Strauss, this is again organic, plain Greek yogurt. So this would be a full-fat Greek yogurt. So you can see here, again, the protein content is really high. Sugar overall is pretty low because that's for the whole container. There's only 4 servings in here. And again, you're getting the pasteurized organic whole milk, which is really what you want. And you're getting the living culture, so you're getting the probiotics from this too. So Greek yogurt is the best, definitely when it comes to yogurt. You want to get organic, you want to get a whole fat. When you can get those 3 things, you're getting the highest quality of yogurt. So don't pay attention to what it looks like on the front. Pay attention to what it says there on the back. Even the sugar content low, protein content high, the least ingredients possible. Now we also want to look at milk. There's a few different kinds of milk that you see over here. You're going to see almond milk, you're going to see sometimes soy milk, you're going to see coconut milk. So when it comes to almond milk, there's also a lot of things. So silk here, and this is really, you want to pay attention again to the ingredients. So you see a few things in here. This is almond milk, so maybe you heard almond milk is good for you, but what it has is it has almonds, but also has a lot of sugar. It also has sunflower lecithin. It has natural flavors. So things that you probably don't even know about. So really, this is not the highest quality right here. Really a much better option would be something like this here. And also you want to watch out for this very specific thing, this carrageenan. So this carrageenan can cause a lot of digestive problems. So looking at this here, you want to make sure that if you're going almond milk, that it is no added sugar, soy-free, dairy-free, that it doesn't have the carrageenan in it. And when you pay attention to the ingredients specifically, it has the almond milk and a lot of other good quality products. There's almost no sugar in here. So this would be a much better quality of a product that you can get. Other than making it yourself, it's probably one of the best options that you have. And coconut milk too, really you want to get that to the point where the only ingredient is coconut milk. So again, if you look at something like this, it's going to have a lot of different ingredients in it. So it does have coconut milk, but also has sugar. It has the guar gum. It has a few different things that you can't even pronounce and you don't know what it is. So this would not be necessarily the highest quality of coconut milk. The best thing to do is, again, get it where it's just pure coconut milk, which usually will come in a can. And then when it comes to dairy here, kind of like the butter, the highest quality that you can get is to get it with completely organic raw milk. So this, for example, this is completely organic and raw from grass-fed cows. This is the highest quality of milk that you can get. So this is the absolute best. And this is one of the rare places you can do that here at Sprouts. Now a step up from that would be something like the Clover that's completely organic. Usually you want to get whole milk, or the Horizon, which is also completely organic. Those are also quality. That would be level 2. What you don't want to get is just regular old plain milk. That's the absolute worst. I think maybe we got some of that over here. And this is just your regular whole milk, not organic, so really kind of the lower quality stuff. At the very, very least, you want to get the ones that are saying, you know, they don't have milk with cows with the RBST type of hormone. This is another one. This is probably actually the lowest quality here. This is just your regular old milk. So again, you take a look at the cost. This is $2.79. You know, this one's a little better. That's $4.29. You come over here and we start getting to organic. That's $4.99. But if you look at these here, about a gallon of the raw milk is $14.99. So obviously it's a little bit more, but again, this is such high quality. And if you're going to not drink as much dairy, move into the coconut milks or the almond milks there. The next section we want to take a look at is meat products. Animal products is one of the most important areas you want to invest in the most. There's some specific things you want to look for. So when it comes to things like this, like your typical breakfast meats or processed meats, one of the biggest things that you're going to see that's of highest danger is nitrates. So if you look at some of the better options, it'll say right here on the front, for example, instead of regular bacon, this is turkey bacon. And it's going to say right on the front, no nitrate or nitrate added. So you know right there that, okay, this is a no nitrate product. It's going to be a much higher fed product. You look at the ingredients, it's organic turkey, water, sodium, celery power, and some sugar there at the end, but almost none. So this would be a really high quality meat here for yourself when it looks into breakfast. Now, if we look at something else and we go to something like bacon, for example, this is actual bacon. Again, it comes through and it says no nitrates or nitrites added. That's exactly what you want to see. No antibiotics, no added hormones, no preservatives. This is a real high quality type of bacon. Now we move down here, and this would just be kind of like your average bacon. So you don't see any of that stuff right here on the front. So let's actually look at the ingredients. And what do you see as we get down in here? Sodium nitrate. This is what you're always going to see. And this is really toxic. It causes pancreatic cancer, liver problems, digestive problems. Very, very toxic to the body. So when it comes to processed meats like this, lunch meats, bacons, turkey bacon, sausage, nitrates are very common. You want to make sure at the very minimum you're not getting that. You want to get it from the most natural source. Obviously pork's not the best for you. You really want to try to get like the turkey bacon or some type of an alternative. Now over here we move into chicken. So chicken also, just kind of like the eggs, you want to make sure that it's organic, it's natural, and it's free range. So you look at just your average chicken here, it just says chicken breast, maybe it says all natural. This is going to be, you know, one of the lower qualities that you want to stay away from as much as possible. And you come down over here as you continue to move down the scale, you're going to see ones that start to say all natural, and you'll see eventually ones that say I thought it was healthy and free range, which it looks like they're out of. There are none today. So this is what you want to look for when it comes to chicken. That it's no antibiotics, that it's free range, that it's air chilled, certified organic. This would be a really quality chicken. It's just not here today. But this is where you would want to look for, and this is what you want to look for when it comes to chicken itself. The last section would be beef. So when it comes to beef, again, very, very important. It's probably the most important one. You want to make sure when it comes from your beef, you're getting the organic grass-fed beef. So like this, for example, we look at beef and it says 100% grass-fed beef. This is the highest quality that you can get. That's what you want to get, whether that's a steak, whether that's ground beef. That's absolutely the best. Because that means that these cows were raised in a natural environment. They weren't given antibiotics, they weren't given hormones. They were eating grass, which they're designed, which means they have a great, healthy amount of saturated fats. They have healthy omegas in the body. That's what you want to see. Now your conventional meat like this, you know, which may say all natural or USDA, but this is just your regular beef here. So this means they could be raised any way they want. Probably fed a lot of grains, probably given antibiotics, hormones, vaccines. Very, very toxic. And it takes about 16 pounds of toxic GMO grain to make 1 pound of beef. So you're actually getting what's called bioaccumulation, up to 16 times the toxicity that you'd be getting versus the grass-fed beef. So this can sometimes be a couple dollars more. For example, if you look at this steak here, same steak, this is a ground check. This is $7.49 just for a chuck roast. So here we are in the lunch meat section. So just like with regular meats and just like the breakfast meats we talked about, there can be a lot of added things in there. So one of the best things that you really want to look for is you want to make sure that it doesn't have any added sugars, doesn't have any added nitrates or nitrites in there. So if you look at some of the stuff that we have here, for example, this is one of my favorite here. So it's just a regular turkey breast. And again, it'll say no nitrates added. So when you look at the ingredients, you're going to get turkey breast, turkey broth, salt, vinegar, stuff like that. So this is a much better quality type of a product. Now, ahead of that, you can see something like this. So now this is actually going to be, again, all natural, right on the front, no nitrites, no nitrates, totally raised, completely healthy, nothing added in there. And if you look at the ingredients, pretty healthy. Turkey, water, a little bit of cane syrup in there, so you're still going to get some additive sugars, but very, very low. And then the absolute best, you'll see as we get in there, is the organic version. So this here, this is completely organic turkey breast, no nitrates, no nitrites added, very high quality. And this one, all that's in there is organic turkey breast, water, and sea salt. So this is the absolute best. No added sugars, no added preservatives, no nitrates. This is the best, highest quality that you can get. So again, you can go from good, better, best as you go up the level there. So this is the cheese section. I know, like many people, I love cheese, and it's very level. So as you look in here, you're going to see different types. The best type of cheese is to actually get the raw milk cheese. Okay, just like with the dairy, you want to get it in that raw fashion because you're getting the highest quality of nutrients in there. Now, second from that is you can get like this. That's the organic cheese. So this is grass-fed. This is organic. Much, much better. It's not raw, so it's not the best, but it's still real high quality. What you really want to stay away from is just your average cheese. So this is just regular old cheese, Monterey Jack cheese. Now you don't know if it's organic, you don't know the source, you don't know what the cows were fed. This is really going to be the lowest quality of cheese there. So again, you have the good, better, best option. You really want to go at least organic. Ideally, you want to get the raw milk cheese. That's the highest quality. Okay, now we're going to talk about everybody's favorite, bread. Many times people come out, I just cannot live without bread. So again, there's different qualities based upon what you choose to do. So right over here, you're going to see some difference. So many people are probably told that whole wheat bread is good for you. So this is just your average whole wheat bread here. Now it says that, you know, that's healthy and it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. That's a good thing. But if you look at the ingredients on here, you're going to see that there's sugar right at the beginning. There's gluten right there at the top. You know, we got a lot of things like molasses, soybean oil, some things that aren't necessarily the healthiest for you. And so this type here, this is just going to be your average wheat, not the best ingredients in there. Now you can go a step above that and you get something like organic bread. This, for example, is Dave's Killer Bread. I really like this stuff. So this is actually organic. You're getting nice whole grains from here. And when you look at the ingredients, right at the top it's organic whole wheat, which is good. You're not seeing a lot of sugars added in there. You're not seeing a lot of positive stuff. And these are all just organic nuts and seeds. So that's a much higher quality of bread there as you're looking up and going to the next level. And really, the highest quality, the best that you can get is the raw sprouted bread. And the sprouted breads is really where you really get the highest quality. It's always going to be in the refrigerated section. This here, for example, Ezekiel. This is one of the best types of bread. So the biggest difference with this one is that's a wheat flour with gluten in it. This is actually sprouted whole grain bread. So if you look at the ingredients of this one specifically here, it's organic sprouted wheat. That is awesome. That's the best that you can get. We're also getting a few other things. Lentils, sprouted soybeans, sprouted spelt, fresh yeast in here. So this one doesn't have any added sugars in it. It's whole sprouted in the absolute best version. So this is really the gold standard of what you want to get for bread. Now we're here at Costco. This is a great place to get bulk amounts of food. So if you have a big family, or you really want to focus on getting healthy, but you want to save on costs, it's a great place to go. So looking, you're going to have a lot of things that you want organic, especially fruits and vegetables. Organic celery, organic rocklet. We got organic carrots here, only $4.49 for 10 pounds. Great for juicing, an amazing place to be able to do that. You'll find here as well. Romaine, power greens, spring mix, only $3.79. Spinach, a full pound of organic spinach here, $3.79. So you can see you can save a lot of money, almost 50% on these areas. So a great place to come for bulk organic food is here at Costco. So here at Costco, you can also get those oils in bulk. We talked about the importance of coconut oil. Check this out. You got this giant 84-ounce ton of organic virgin coconut oil for only $18. That's huge. It'll last you like a month or two. And we also have the gigantic organic extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. This is a great quality olive oil, only $14. So great place to get those oils, again, in bulk that are healthy for you. So here we are in the giant organic aisle of Costco. One of the coolest things that I like about here is actually 2 full aisles of organic. So things like peanut butter that are really popular, you can get right here in the organic form. The only thing that's really in it is just peanuts. And the less ingredients, the better. Dry roasted peanuts and sea salt. That's a great alternative to what it is that you're doing. Now when it comes to things like ketchup and additives, you can see here we got the organic ketchup. That's awesome. So we're getting the more organic form of that. We're getting organic sauces in different areas. We have organic fruits and vegetables in here, organic snacks. So definitely a place to get a high quantity of better organic food here at Costco. Chia seeds here, which is an amazing superfood right here. This is one of the best foods that you can get. This whole giant bag, only $7.50. You get a little baby bag like this in the normal store and it's like $8. You can also get things like hemp seeds, another really popular superfood. So this is a great thing to add to your shakes or to add to different types of foods to boost up the nutrient value that you can get here at Costco in large amounts that are still organic and still very good for you. Here we got wheatgrass powder, really concentrated, lots of good stuff. So great place to come, get some high quality foods in bulk, save some money on good food that you can use for the whole family.